So Megan Thee Stallion took the stand today in day 2 of the Tory Lanez trial and says that Tory allegedly offered her $1 million to keep quiet. Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, your #1 source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. So I told you I wouldn't do too much in regards to covering the story, only when there's pertinent information. But I have to say, this particular headline where Megan Thee Stallion took the stand today and claims that Tory offered her $1 million to keep quiet. So earlier today, we gave you a summary of what went down on day 1. The prosecutors laid out their case, made it seem like it was, open and shut. And then the defendants and legal team laid out that this is not exactly as it appears, as the prosecution appears. There are a lot of holes in the story. This is not clear cut. They also making it seem as if Kelsey may have been the one shot Megan. Well, all of that is asked to Megan Thee Stallion. So Megan Thee Stallion arrives today. And one of the things that I didn't mention in my last video on this story, a couple of things. So one of the things, as I mentioned in the video, Tory arrived with his son. And then I saw photos and video of his son arriving with him. Would you bring your child? This is not like Tory has a 18-year-old, 20-year-old. Even if you did, would you bring your child to this legal situation? Clearly, this is a whole publicity situation, and they want to make it seem as if Tory is a upstanding father. He's a good guy. This is why he's bringing his son, because I can't see in my right mind why you would want your son there. I'm not sure if he's actually in the courtroom. I'm assuming that he is listening to all of this testimony. I don't get it. And even if he's not in the courtroom, why would you bring him and subject your child to the publicity that's going on outside? And there are people that are Tory fans. There are people that are Megan fans that are outside the courtroom and making all kinds of things. At one point when Megan arrived today, this man says to Megan, "Why are you lying on that boy?" And it's so interesting to me. And every time I report on the Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez situation in this trial, and now we're finally getting to the trial, I'm always so interested to see everyone's reaction, because it's so, why is it that you have this dislike for Megan? Even outside of the Tory Lanez situation, I feel like there's this dislike for Megan Thee Stallion, and I don't understand it. I don't understand where it came from. Anyway, so this is what Megan said on the stand. So according to TMZ, they reported earlier, Megan Thee Stallion is in court on the second day of the Tory Lanez shooting trial, letting cameras know how she feels as fans cheer her on from outside the building. Megan stepped into the DTLA courthouse Tuesday, giving a thumbs up when asked how she was doing. The rapper was also asked if she was nervous about the trial, but she shakes her head at that one. And you see fans outside with a "We Stand with Megan" sign. So this is what Megan is saying on the stand. And there might be another update. If anything, guys, I'll summarize my update tomorrow and what else transpires in this court case today. But I felt the need to come and talk to you about this particular nugget that Megan said on the stand. So they report this says Tory also arrived in tow. His kid doesn't have anything to do with the case, but Tory was certainly in dad mode, adjusting his son's outfit in front of the cameras before they walked inside. So they report this in regards to what Megan said on the stand. It said Megan Thee Stallion has taken the stand, giving an emotional testimony to the jury. At one point, clearly upset, Meg said, "I can't believe I have to come up here and do this," before claiming Kelsey, her then best friend, and Tory Lanez started to fight while in the car, prompting her to get out of the ride. According to Meg, as she started walking, she heard Tory say, quote, "Dance, bitch," and claims she then saw him with the gun pointing at her before getting shot. Meg says she started to go into shock at that point. She claims Tory then said to her, "Don't say anything and I'll give you $1 million," adding he was already on probation. She says she remembers thinking about how he seemed more concerned about possibly going to jail than shooting her. And she said this before in the Gayle King interview. The other thing that I forgot to mention in my last video in covering the whole love triangle that the defense is trying to paint, one of the things that Megan said in her interview with Gayle King, she said that she never had any sort of romantic relationship with Tory Lanez. I then, when I saw that interview, I said, Megan, you probably should have not answered that at all or admitted. Because I do believe that there was some sort of relationship, but I also understand why she would want to deny it. And I can't believe Kylie Jenner, Kelsey, all of these people. I know he's got money, but is that it? Megan, you even have money. So what was it? It can't be the music.
The music ain't that great. I listen to it on the iPod.
Okay, let me focus. So, according to Meg, that he offered her $1 million because he was on probation already, because he knew if any probation violation he would be in jail. All right. So, as for Kelsey, Meg testified she never saw Kelsey with the gun. Regarding the lack of support from the rap community, Megan chalked it up to the idea that it's still largely a boys' club. Meg is set to take the stand once again once the trial resumes after taking a lunch break. So I wanted to get this information out to you guys to give you an update in regards to this, because this is one tidbit I don't recall. You know, we cover a lot of different things in pop culture, but I didn't recall this tidbit that he offered her $1 million. Part of me feels like it was said before. You guys will remind me in the comment section, as you always do. But I didn't recall this particular tidbit that he offered her $1 million. I do, as I covered in the first video about this, that Tory had called and apologized to Kelsey, but again, we're not sure what exactly he was apologizing for. Guys, as always, I want to know your reaction to this. Look, let's have a healthy and adult conversation in the comment section. No matter what team you're on, lay out the facts. Lay out what you've been following in regards to this case. Let's not go back and forth. My biggest thing is that who shot Megan? Someone shot her. She didn't shoot herself. So that is for me, at the end of the day, she is the victim. So criminalizing her, making her feel like the villain. No, she was the one who literally got shot. Who shot her? According to her, it wasn't Kelsey. Why would she protect Kelsey at this point? We can have that conversation in the comment section. Guys, as always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. Thanks for watching.